This project was for the design, manufacturing, and use of an offshore water filtration system that could be used in lakes, streams, quarries, and even ocean utilization. It is intended to filter out sediments both from the bottom of these water bodies and from the surface. Although this transportable water system was conceived in the late 1970s and designed and proposed in 1980, its concepts and design features are still relevant even today. Moving forward, these principles can continue to be used successfully. The greatest utilization of this product is when toxic chemicals such as cadmiums, chrome, copper, cyanide, iron, lead, nickel, etc. have fallen out of fluid or ion state and dropped to the bottom of the water body as a sediment. There, along with other natural sediments, it can be picked up and collected as a solid. The system itself consists of a pontoon upon which the filtration apparatus is mounted and which is propelled by a 15 horsepower outboard motor. Coupled to this pontoon vehicle is a solid waste dumpster supported by a separate pontoon. Thus, dumpsters are interchangeable units and may be supplemented by others, thereby permitting extended periods of filtration. One can break down the filtration system into 4 basic subsystems. These are categorized as power and control system, suction and agitation system, sweep and guidance system, and finally the rotary Precoat filter. Note there are other detailed drawings for this proprietary drum owned by Alar Engineering out of Chicago. The power and control system is completely self-maintained and supplies the filtering system with all of its power for periods of up to 48 hours without refueling. Power is supplied by a 16 kilowatt, 3-phase, 460 volt AC gas electric generator. The generator is supplied with fuel from an adjoining steel storage tank. All equipment is manually controlled via a centrally located control panel. The electrical conduit is rigid with seal-tight fittings to the components. The arrangement is such that an operator can easily gain access via safety gridding to any pump or motor for servicing. The suction and agitation apparatus is in actuality a carbon steel pickup header, which rests on the sedimented floor of the body of water. It is this unit which collects and supplies the filtering system with the sludge from the bottom of that water body. The weight of the suction and agitation apparatus is counteracted by the placement of a cylindrical ballast on each side of the header. These ballasts double as guide runners for the header and can be adjusted to vary the buoyancy of the submerged assembly from neutral buoyancy to any buoyancy desired by means of letting water into the ballasts. With the pickup header are 2 water spray headers, which are supplied with pressurized lake water from a compressor located on the deck. These spray headers are oriented downward and induce turbulence within the pickup header, thus agitating the sediment immediately below. The pickup header is connected to a diaphragm sludge pump via a combination of a 3-inch flexible hose and rotary coupling joint. The hose itself is sectioned to accommodate the shortening and lengthening of the suction line. The sludge within the header is thus sucked into the sludge pump and then pumped into the rotary vacuum filter pan. The suction and agitation apparatus is propelled and guided by two pull lines, which are each connected to opposite ends of a sweep arm, which is located at the front of the filtering system's pontoons. Now, for the sweep and guidance system. It utilizes a sweep arm and a system of anchors to locate and manipulate the pickup header over the area desired. The pickup header can be led in a straight guided sweep across the floor of the lake under the sweep arm by retracting one pull line and leaving the other one slack. When the intake header has completed its transit from one end of the sweep arm to the other, the filtering system's pontoon, which has been held stationary by the system of anchors, advances in a direction perpendicular to the sweep of the pickup header. The pickup header then makes another sweep in the opposite direction, while the pontoon is again held stationary. This back and forth sweep cycle can be repeated as many times as required to cover the proposed dredging area of the water body. The rotating Precoat vacuum filter is a 3-foot diameter by 4-foot long rotating vacuum drum, which is hermetically sealed with a nylon cloth and caulking rope. When the vacuum is turned on, the part of the rotating filter drum which is submerged in the filter pan collects whatever it contacts. To prepare the filter drum for the filtering of sludge, diatomaceous earth, filtrate, is overflowed into the filter pan from the filter aid tank. As the filter drum absorbs the water from the filter aid slurry, the porous filter aid accumulates on the surface of the filter drum. As it's rotating, it continues to collect the filter aid on its surface until it reaches a depth of approximately 6 inches. When the sludge is then pumped into the filter pan, the filter drum will begin collecting the slurry of sludge water. And due to the porous nature of the filter aid, the suspended solids in the sludge become trapped on the outer surface of the precoat. In this case, only the water will penetrate the precoat layer and be recycled back into the water body via the vacuum pump. The solids, which collect on the outer layer of the filter aid, are skimmed off during each successive revolution of the filter drum and are discarded into a dumpster which is emptied when full. Depending on the toxicity of the solids, they can be taken either to a toxic waste dump for special handling or to a traditional landfill. In order to bring my designs into production, I needed to acquire significant seed funding, so I enrolled in the Rolex Awards for Enterprise sweepstake out of Switzerland. The project was put on hold until I heard more, at which time they were requesting more development information, which I could not proceed forward with because of the lack of funding. So the project was ultimately canceled. Feel free to utilize any of these principles that you find interesting. I hope you enjoyed.